people know this song, I take it, right? Do you guys remember how it goes? Making my way, walking fast. Oh, you guys sound so good. Oh, it's a lot better than I expected. Okay, everybody knows this part. Here we go. If I could fall. Oh, sounds so good. Wow, you guys sound a lot better than I expected. Thank you so much. Big hand to you guys. Okay, so for those of you who didn't know that song, that is 1,000 Miles by Vanessa Carlton. And do you guys remember the music video for that? So she was on the street. Oh, so she had this piano. So it was a beautifully red painted piano. It had gold accents on the side. And on this piano, she traveled all around the city singing the song. So she was in the street. She was on people's lawns. She was with a marching band. And at the bridge, she was on the beach with these horses, right? Do you see this? I didn't really get it at the time, but at the time, in 2001, when this song came out, I was 15 years old. And I saw this video, I was like, that's it. This is why I want to learn how to play the piano, Mom and Dad, because I want to be just like Vanessa Carlton and play the piano outside one day on the beach with horses. So like I said, I started piano at age 15. It was 2001. I grew up with a public education in New Jersey. Yes, exactly, right. I participated in every single music program that my school offered. I played piano at my local church, at Mass, and eventually went on to study music full-time at Montclair State University. So once I finished my degree, I had my degree in music, and I joined this infinite roster of people we call artists. So with a quick show of hands, who here would identify themselves as an artist? Quick show of hands. Oh, pretty cool. Awesome. Well, welcome. Am I the best musician? No. Do I work hard? Yeah, I work pretty hard. Did I know what I wanted to be doing as an artist? Not a clue. But I had my music degree, and I was ready to take on the world. So us artists, we dream about this stage. We dream about coming here, showcasing our passion. And in a way, we're all competing to get here and to use this space. So a stage can be defined as a platform, typically in a theater, where actors, entertainers, and speakers come and perform for an audience. So that's another very important factor about art, and that's the audience. So in a situation like this, you have the stage and the audience. So the audience is a gathering of people who come to observe art in an organized fashion. You come with your friends, but once the show starts, you're not allowed to be friends or talk to each other until the show's over. And then even when it comes to the performers on stage, there's a sort of a wall between the art and the audience. And as a musician growing up, I'm always going to appreciate that tradition, but there's no denying that barrier that's there of that tradition of me, artist, you, audience, now watch me. So 2 years ago, I started working in a program that has changed my life. Play. Oh man, how do I go back? This one?
Hold up, Lester.
Stop pressing. So when 2 years ago, in 2015, I began working with the Sing for Hope Pianos program. Each summer, you can find 50 artist-designed instruments scattered all across New York City, in streets, in parks, in plazas, and they're just out for everybody to play and everybody to use. And like I said, this experience has changed me as a musician. As artists, we spend a lot of time by ourselves, either in a studio and you're working on your painting, or for myself as a musician, in a practice room for hours, worried about every little single note. And I realized that all of that means nothing if I don't get to share my art with other people. And not just the prepared and the perfect part of art, but even the bad and the difficult parts of art. And I feel so lucky that I now get to share my art in this completely new and different way.
Now don't worry, even if you don't know how to play the piano, you can come over and just sing along, and if you can't do that either, just enjoy the music.
We saw plenty of people doing just that.
Yes, I would die for you, baby, but you won't do the same.
You know.
I was actually just coming out on a lunch break, saw the piano,
And now you're smiling.
I'm smiling now.
See, and this was actually my very first time out on a Sing for a piano outside. And so I saw this gentleman, and he told me that he worked in finance with a very repetitive lifestyle. And he said to me, I have such a change in my mood. I experienced this spontaneous moment that I didn't expect when I left the house. But at the same time, I was feeling that sort of change as well because it was my first time interacting with someone on a piano out on the street. And in this instance, I learned that art transforms you, but that transformation is a two-way street. It was changing both me and him and breaking down those walls. So as New Yorkers, we're constantly in a rush. We're always running from A to B to C. We spend like 30 minutes underground on the subway and we don't even talk to each other. Although I'm sure some of you don't want to be talking to everybody on the train. But these pianos are breaking down walls, not just between artists and audience, but as human beings and as people, and giving us new ways of making connections. Here at TEDxBroadway, we're asked the question, how can we make Broadway the best that it can be? And I said, let's keep breaking down those walls. Don't think of Broadway as a place. So you have the music, you have the laughs and the tears, the razzle-dazzle and everything in between all takes place on a stage, but that stage can be anywhere that you want it to be. And the Sing for pianos are just one way of making the stage for everybody, because art is for everybody. So when people see a piano outside, they don't know exactly how to react, but the right song can get people dancing. So let's see. Now, my favorite part about this moment, this was in Marine Park out in Brooklyn, if anyone lives out there, is that one girl said thank you to me at the end. And in that moment, I'm thinking, no, thank you. Like, this was the moment that we shared together. You made the stage your own. And so often, art is thought of as a privilege. No way, art is a right for everybody, and I think that proved that right there. So for all of our piano locations, I go all over New York City, and I scout different places where we can put pianos. So I went to this one park, and I met the park manager, and he goes to me, nah, I think I'm good. You can find a different park to put this piano. We're all right. I went ahead anyway. I filled out the permits, I did the paperwork, and we put a piano in that park. I ended up catching up with him like a year later, and he runs up to me, and he shakes my hand, and he goes, Lester, thank you so much for putting this piano here. It's really made a big difference in my community. I can definitely tell you there was less trouble in our neighborhood than usual. He told me that he heard some opera singing coming from the piano, and he went and sat there for 2 hours. And he said that people just kept coming and coming, definitely for a community that doesn't get to hear opera as often as other people think. And then he grabbed my hand, and then he tugged me everywhere else he wanted to put next year's piano. So it was a long day. So like I said, we're always in a rush in New York City. Sometimes we're buried into our phones, but when there's a piano there outside, people do stop and people do take that moment to experience that spontaneous joy. So I met this woman in Central Park, and let me tell you, every time I play this song, everybody comes around, everybody has a story. And so I play the song, and then I turn around, and people have gathered, and they're all singing along, they're laughing, they're making new, unexpected connections with strangers that you wouldn't have expected to, and you can't go wrong with that. So in this moment, I was singing with this girl here. Oh, go back, can you play that? Thanks.
Never mind, I'll find someone like you. wish nothing but the best for you too.
So in this instance, I was sitting with her and we were singing, and she said to me, I said to her, wow, you are such a great singer, amazing. And she goes, no, don't call me a singer. I'm definitely not a singer like you. And I said, that's the magic and joy of art, is that you'll always find someone like you. And in that day, I met a brand new artist. So this piano was actually covered in canvas print. So it also had ink pads, so you can kind of interact with it and be a part of the art. And with the nature and the reality of a public art project, it got tagged on its first day. But actually, immediately, kids just came up with their markers and they started coloring it in like a coloring book. And they didn't really know what the intention of that mark was, and I think this is a great example that art is organic, it's always growing, and as humans, we're a part of that growth, and it's always changing. Oh, and I'm sure you're all wondering, did Lester fulfill his dream of becoming Vanessa Carlton? Well, guess what? Can we hit play? No wild horses, but I'm working on it. I'll get back to you. So after the pianos are done on the street, they actually come back to our studio, and they get delivered to public schools, they get delivered to healthcare facilities, community centers, where they get to inspire people for years to come. So, yeah. And super proud to share, we actually, all 50 of the 2016 Sing for Hope pianos were donated to public schools this past summer. We had a 100% survival rate, so we're very, very proud about that. And so no matter what's going on in our world, anything that's troubling us, there's so much that we can do from the ground up to make our foundation stronger. And I feel like programs like this are planting those seeds of change because we all know the transformative power of the arts. So hoping that we can make those changes from the bottom up together. Just to sum everything up, let's see. The stage is anywhere you want it to be. The stage is for everyone because everybody can be an artist. So let me just take 1 second. If I'm going to clap a rhythm, get your hands ready. This is a part for you. So if I take my hands and I clap something, I want to see what you guys respond. Ready? Exactly. See? Some of you guys knew it. And you know why? Because it's your primal instinct as humans to respond and express art. So you guys had it right there. So no matter who you are, what you look like, or where you come from, there's an artist inside everybody. And if you ever forget, just put your hand on your heart and feel that beat, because there's already a rhythm inside you.
All right.
Okay, I know how great you guys are at singing, so I have one more song. If you guys know how this song goes, come on, sing along with me. Ready? I've got